each week there's a lot of new release games and content being released for the Nintendo Switch. It can be truly overwhelming. Never fear though, because each week I plan on trying to help guide you through the mountain of releases and highlight ones that are interesting and notable. This week's guide is highlighted by an impossible port, some returning favorites, a few interesting indie games, and of course a major update for a top-selling game for the platform. So hang on, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, and let's check out this week's list of notable new Nintendo Switch releases. First game we have on the list is World War Z, coming out on Tuesday the 2nd of November. It'll retail both digitally and physically for $39.99 on the Switch. Now this has been on other platforms for a long while now, but what makes this release so notable is the fact that it looks so amazing in pre-release screenshots and coverage. It's looking to be one of those famed impossible ports for the Switch, where it seems impossible for the developers to pull off these visuals, but somehow they have. I'm definitely curious about this zombie shooter, and Saber Interactive is taking a lot of care in bringing this over to the Switch. This next game that's coming out on Tuesday, honestly, I can't even pronounce, so I'm not even going to try. But it's coming out, it's a cool looking beat 'em up, kinda wish it just had an easier name to pronounce, but it's a 4-player couch co-op, looks fun, it's going to have Hat Kid in it. Why? I just don't know, but it looks interesting. Honestly, name aside, it looks like a pretty cool game. It's going to be released for $19.99, but there was a pre-launch sale on the eShop for $16.99, and that ends November 12th. This was announced almost a year ago, so it's nice to see this game finally coming out. A lot of people are actually really interested in this, so hopefully it holds up to the hype. Also coming out on Tuesday, Unpacking from Humble Games is appearing on the eShop for $19.99. Now this game is not for everyone, it's very much a Zen puzzle game. But if you're really into that kind of stuff, this is a game to look out for. It's one of those nice games where you just put some good music on, you relax, and you just kind of chill out for the evening and have some fun. On Thursday the 4th, we have a neat platformer coming out, Demon Turf, which is coming out on the eShop for $24.99. This game looks really good. This is combining 2D with a 3D platformer. It just has a really cool aesthetic going on. There seems to be a lot of ways to traverse the world and explore in this title. This might be the hidden gem of the week. Also out on Thursday is Just Dance 2022. Yep, another year, another Just Dance game. People love these games, and yeah, I'm definitely not one of those. But I understand a lot of people like them. They'll be coming out on the Switch, both digitally and physically, for $49.99. A Boy and His Blob was a very well-received game on the Nintendo Wii, and 10 years later, it's getting an HD release on the Nintendo Switch. It's a very cute puzzle platformer. It's very charming. It's actually a reimagining of the NES game from years ago. Oh, and it also has a dedicated hug button. Yeah, that is a selling point. Anyway, if you never experienced this game back in the day, and you like puzzle platformers, this is definitely one to check out. It's going to be at a price point of $14.99 on the eShop. This seems to be a week of some 3D platformers, because we have another 3D platformer coming out on Thursday, Super Sami Roll, which this one looks to be inspired by a lot of N64 platformers from back in the day. This game seems to be all about the challenge of platforming and putting your skills to the test, level by level. From what I've seen, it looks intriguing to me. When this comes out on Thursday, it'll be a price point of $14.99. And finally on Thursday, we have Bloody Rally Show, which looks like a really cool top-down race battling game that looks like Smash TV meets RC Pro-Am. It looks crazy as anything. It's going to be on the eShop for $19.99. This game seems to have a map editor too, where you can make your own custom races. This seems to have a lot of content. I'm really intrigued by this, and if you're really interested in top-down racing games, this is definitely one to check out. Friday, though, is a huge day for the Nintendo Switch, as Animal Crossing New Horizons gets a huge update and its first and only paid DLC. The free update is massive, adding in things like the roost, cooking, ordinances, lots of new items, and even more. Seriously, with this amount of content being added, it's going to feel like a semi-sequel. As a longtime player with over 1,000 hours in the game, I'm ready to dive right back in. But there's even more. It's getting a massive paid DLC expansion, Happy Home Paradise, which is effectively the sequel to Happy Home Designer, which came out on the 3DS. You'll travel to a new island and be able to construct homes and buildings on the island with even more detail than before. And of course, you'll be able to bring over all those new goodies to your main island. There's a lot of new features coming in the expansion, as well as things to do, so players will expect hundreds of hours ahead of them. The Happy Home Paradise expansion will be $24.99, but if you have the new Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, well, it's already included in that. But there you go, another busy week for the Nintendo Switch. What games do you plan on picking up this week, if any? I'll be getting in on that major update for Animal Crossing, as well as that new expansion for sure. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps out the video, helps out the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a single video. It's the holiday season and I got a lot of videos upcoming for the channel. Going to be very busy the next couple of months. Also, shout out to the Kaiju Club Patreons, the official Patreon for this channel. Thank you for your support and being a Patreon member. If you want to become a Patreon member and help out this channel, check out the link on the screen right now. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time. Thank you.